Hey guys, Ryan Manchester here from Winning International, and I am pumped because we literally just got back from the Whitsundays. We're here in Melbourne now, back at Winning HQ. I absolutely love this place. And while we were there, I got the pleasure of interviewing one of our amazing clients, Karen Oates, all the way from NZ, from New Zealand. And she's a phenomenal person. And in this interview, we pretty much break down how she went from struggling for months and months and months to having a massive breakthrough and making up to 7 sales a week into a premium high-end program, making 14K last week, which is just amazing. So the week before last, before we went to this retreat, absolutely smashing it. And just to really go through the journey of what it took for her to break through. Because I know if you're watching this, you're at a stage in your business where you've got so much passion and ambition, but you want to skyrocket. Okay, you want to get results bigger than where you are right now, and you want to get them rapidly. This is exactly what Karen's been able to do. So make sure you pay really close attention to not just the good things and the benefit and the advice she gives throughout this interview, but more importantly, how she overcame the roadblocks. Because chances are you're in a very similar place to where she was, and if you watch this, you can break through and just start smashing it really quickly as well. So guys, if you're kind of watching this right now going, this sounds awesome, but I want more. I want to get there quicker. I want to know exactly what we did with Karen to get her there fast. More than happy to give you the exact same thing if I've got time. I've got a few sessions left this week, a few spaces. So if you're keen, if you want to get to 7 figures rapidly and you're not here to suffer around, you're here to get results, then go below this video. There's a form there where you can fill out and apply for a strategy session with myself, where I'll pretty much look inside your business. I'll identify quickly what the roadblocks are that are holding you back, and then I'll help you with a marketing plan. Look at exactly how you should structure your business to make sure that it's got the best return possible, not just for you, but for the clients as well. Make sure they're getting results. And just overall, how can you get there quickly? So if you want to get there quickly, make sure you go below, get that session sorted, and I'll make sure it'll be quick because we're very, very flat out at the moment, but I'm more than happy to put in the time quickly to help you get there faster, help you change more lives. So go below, claim that, pause this video and claim that, and then we'll get straight into the interview. So let's go guys, I'm pumped. Make sure you're taking notes, and let's get straight into the interview. Awesome, so we've got our amazing Karen. Thank you so much for coming, Kaz.
My pleasure.
It's been an absolute awesome week here in the beautiful Whitsundays, rocking out our retreat, and you have been a superstar client over the last few weeks and beyond, but you have absolutely rocked it out and stepped up big time. Hence why we're having this chat, to talk to the rest of the guys that are watching along and just educate them on what made those differences between where you were, where it was a little bit of a struggle, not getting the results that you really deserved, and right now where you're smashing it. It's absolutely annihilating the growth, which is amazing to see, and I'm so proud of you for. Thank you so much for being here. And before we get started, if you could kickstart just by giving the guys watching a little bit of an overview about who you work with and how you help them, just off the cuff, whatever.
So my passion is around supporting women entrepreneurs who need to access the courage to take their life and their business to the next level. So we all have stuff that ends up being our roadblock. So my goal is to give them everything they need to get those things out of the way, and then look at their strategies, keep everything simple and help them walk through a simple business, marketing and sales process. So just bringing those two things together, locking that in, and getting them to take their life and their business to the next level.
Yeah, because you're a sales boss.
Yeah,
sure you are a sales boss. Awesome, good stuff. Thank you so much. So let's talk a little bit about where you were before having this breakthrough. Okay, just be really honest with the guys watching along, because there's going to be so many guys that are either in the same situation as you or worse off, and our goal is to give them the inspiration and just truthful journey that you went through, so they can be like, cool, so that's possible, I can do it, I'm going to go out there and rock it. We just want to give them that inspiration. Whatever happened, let's just tell the truth. So where were you before? If we look before you had that breakthrough and started smashing it, where were you starting out?
I guess for me it's really quite simple now, looking back over what was going on for me at that time, and that is I was stuck in story. So I was allowing what I was calling every reason, and which was my reality at the time, to be my excuse in not moving forward. I was busy, I had an awful lot going on.
Yeah.
But the key distinction then was around, if I'm taking the responsibility and that I'm doing this and I'm going to be changing my business and other people's lives no matter what. And that was kind of the breakthrough I had, that I was using my what I was terming my reasons and my reality to stop me from doing that.
Awesome. And so good, because now that you've been that role model, you can like totally help your, let's be honest, your clients are going to be going through a similar thing. So
Absolutely.
you stepping up and being that role model is just perfect. It's such a big step. So again, so proud of you. It's been awesome. So we were stuck in a little bit of a place where if you can describe just real quickly from a logical point of view, just where was the business at that point as well?
I had really not taken the steps I needed to. It wasn't about following the steps to create what I needed to create as far as the what coaching tools that I was going to be helping other people with, but it was actually just getting the marketing out, creating some leads and making the sales, and it really is simple. It's we've got everything in our program laid out that we just have to take one step after the other, be consistent. But it's also about, for me, it was also about pushing myself in terms of what I was capable of doing, say, in a day, and
awesome.
Just really sort of supercharging my productivity.
Awesome.
And because it kind of gathers that momentum, I found it. You start creating more leads, you have to have more sales calls, and it results in more sales. So now it's just for me, because I'm all about simplicity, keep it as simple as possible.
Yeah, of course.
So for me, it's about following the process and it's kind of like that rinse and repeat.
Yeah.
And the biggest barrier to me getting my results, or the only barrier, is myself, and I know that, and that's what I coach other people with.
That's awesome.
So it's just making sure that I have no reason to have any roadblocks in my way, and
awesome.
There's some awesome, powerful tools that we have in this program that are not about strategy and implementation. It's about how we can be the very best version of ourselves every day, and that's what's keeping me on track.
Cool, thanks guys. So you're pretty much at a point where you knew what the business model was going to be. You had clarity around who you wanted to help because you're so passionate about helping them. And all you need to do was step out and do the on the business stuff, but there was blocks, and then we're able to push through, which is awesome. So thank you for sharing that. If there was three kind of things that made a difference strategically since we began working together, not just relevant to us and what we've helped you with 7-Figure Coach and everything, but if there were three kind of things that you've changed up that have helped you create better results, or three pieces of advice you could give to the guys looking that has helped you get to the point, because last week or the week before, you had your biggest sales week ever. You made 7 sales at $2,000 each, so 14 grand in 7 days.
Yep.
It was freaking awesome. What was that, 2 weeks ago? Or?
Yeah, 2 or 3 weeks ago. Yeah.
2 or 3 weeks ago, right before coming here, which is amazing. And that's a big breakthrough.
Absolutely.
To go from, not making the sales and not getting the cash flow through to go 7 sales at $2,000 each in 1 week. And the thing that I really highlighted with the headline of this case study for the people watching was that, the campaign that you launched to get that, it wasn't even a solid campaign. It was a bit of a flop campaign as well, which is interesting. So we're kind of scratching the surface of what's possible strategy-wise. What do you think has made the difference in terms of mindset and strategy, coming in and getting that breakthrough from being a little bit of not being your best to being 7 sales in 1 week, which is amazing. It was 7 out of 7 as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think's made the difference strategically and mindset-wise, if there were 3 things to get to that point?
Okay, the 3 things would be, the first is, I've always believed this, but I've really stepped into it, and it's we've done some things this week that I'm really stepping into the next level of this, and that's getting comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Hell yeah.
So and that doesn't mean just once you've got through this layer of uncomfortability that's it. It's like go looking for the next level, and that's what I've put in place for moving forward. The other next thing would be around to be the very best version of yourself every day. And for me, that means executing my morning ritual. The process that we do in this program that sets us up for the most powerful day and play out 100% in that process. And I've just seen it, how powerful that is. How every day it just layers and layers and layers to the point now where I know something's missing if I don't do my morning ritual.
Hell yeah.
And it's my commitment to do that every day.
Yep. So what does it do? After you've done your ritual, how do you feel? How does your day differ when you do this ritual that we've helped you
totally feel unstoppable. Like it's about being in the best emotional state.
Yeah.
And you just can't not do everything that you want to do in that day at 100%. It means you're more productive, you're more effective, better conversations. I'm connected with myself, and that means I can connect better with my clients.
Awesome.
So yeah, just
good stuff.
Amazing process.
Yeah, what would the third?
The number 3.
Yeah, what would the number 3 be?
I've always been one to kind of look for the next shiny toy.
Yeah.
And so like it's going out searching for something that might be a better process or a better strategy. But there's 2 things here. One being that I've got everything I need. Like I already have everything I need.
Yeah.
And that means that I can easily and quickly find the best strategies. But the thing for me right now is that I have the best strategy. In the program, I know it's the most effective for me right now in getting exactly what I want. So coming back to what I was talking about was stay focused. Stay connected, do things like the morning ritual to make sure that you stay on track and you can make decisions easily.
Yeah.
Because we go off on a tangent looking for other things as distractions.
Yeah.
And in avoidance, the whole kind of procrastination bucket.
Yes.
So it's like just stick with something. And if you stay in the very best version of yourself, you'll find what's the very best thing to do next instead of always looking, because man, that's such a huge distraction. And for me, that was like key. And even sometimes you're doing it. Well, a lot of the time when you're really honest with yourself, that's what you're doing. So put everything in place that you can, not to allow those things to get in your way of just following the plan.
Yeah, so good. Absolute 3 knowledge bombs there. Get comfortable being uncomfortable, which you've done awesomely this week. We've really put you outside your comfort zone.
Absolutely.
Which is great. Factor number 2. What was factor number 2?
That was around
the morning ritual.
Yep,
So
absolutely.
getting the best version of yourself every day,
Yep.
which is, we love the ritual. Everybody, our team, all you and the rest of the family, every day, smash out the ritual. And it does. If you do it to 100%, you have 100% day. And then lastly, keep focused. Don't look for the shiny object. And the funny thing about these 3 aspects, pieces of advice that you've given, being it now closing 7 sales in a week and now being able to do that consistently, that's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
But to get to that point, it's been the intangible things that's made the big difference.
Absolutely.
However, the funny thing was, in that point when it wasn't as easy as what it is now for you, and we're going through a little bit of a struggle, the things that were always the questions were about the tangible things. And so I know the people that are watching right now, are going to be like, what, this is awesome and this sounds obvious. What about the tangible things? That's what I need. I'm fine. But one thing that really stands out about you, Karen, and the reason that you've been successful, I believe, still after going through that struggle phase and getting to this point of perseverance and just being your best, is because you always come from cause. Always take personal responsibility for everything, the good, the bad, and everything in between. So now that you're smashing it, you're saying this is me that's smashing it, which is amazing. But when you were struggling, you were saying this is me that's struggling. And that's awesome, because then that gives you the ability to be in control. Like you said, you can only have control if you're coming from cause. And now that you are, the strategies and stuff can get implemented. Because the funny thing is, I know it's the intangible things that make the difference, which is why we've got Zach Heart Sensitive Enforcer to just help you guys stay accountable. The morning ritual, we focus so much attention on the intangible things, but there is so much strategy. First 2 days of this retreat was 100 pages of funnels. Just funnels, like how can we get quick leads and so much stuff. But that's not the thing that makes a difference. Even though it is, we're excited about it and it's world class, you're like, cool, you've helped me with a funnel that's converting. I'm just going to keep doing that funnel. I'm going to raise the standards because I launched a dodgy one. It got me 7 clients. Now I'm going to launch it again, even better, and get more clients, and even better, and get more clients, which is really cool. So strategically, for those of the guys that are watching that are like, this is awesome, give me some more strategy. What are some key, if there was one key strategic difference, or strategic piece of advice that you would give based on what you've learned in this process that would help someone that's kind of new in this and wanting to get leads and sales, what would it be? If you choose one.
I guess for me, one of the key things was making a really good decision around where I get my support. Like coming into this program has been life-changing for me because I kind of give myself credit for that, and this is probably the piece of advice that I want to give anyone is stick with. When you feel at a gut level that you're on the right track, it's like stick with it. And I knew I was coming into this program.
Awesome.
And I believed in that, so I stuck with it. But it's too easy at any time in regards to anything to give up.
Sure.
To walk away, or again look for, how can you vary what you have already set down as your plan.
Yes.
But for me it was about sticking with this program, and because I believed that this is giving, has got everything I need. So it was a belief, but now I've got evidence. I know that this is the way forward for me.
Awesome.
So it's just coming back, that piece of advice is stick with it. Don't deviate, don't give up, just stay focused and walk that road. But also that includes reaching out, and not only reaching out when you feel you need it, but like being a demand of whatever resources you've got. Step up, and being a leader means to kind of put yourself first. Like for me, it's about making sure that I can be the best version of myself.
Awesome.
Reaching out, getting support, taking the most out of every opportunity that you have, so that you can be the best version, get the best results, so you can help more people. And that's kind of my goal and my philosophy.
Which is so good. Because what's pretty much happened is, at the start we didn't follow the plan and we didn't get the results, but you still stayed purely in cause. Always took responsibility, which is such an admirable thing to do, because these plans aren't easy. It's not like just follow the plan, it's all going to work out. It's not like just follow the normal plan. The plans that we set forward are not easy. It's like launch, make sure you're doing sessions, make sure you're growing, make sure you're being uncomfortable. So it's definitely not the easiest thing in the world. But then when we do follow the plans, we smash it. And you really proved that big time over the last quarter. And now I've got a whole new plan for the next quarter between now and Vegas.
I'm super excited.
Which we're going to smash out. So my next question was going to be, what would one piece of advice be? And you said, focus, do not deviate, stick with a plan. After you've got a plan and you know you're on that right journey, don't change your niche, don't change your business model, don't change your plan of what you're going to execute. Just stick with it. So what would one action step you'd recommend people to do right now, given that we kind of just answered the question I was going to ask? And we'll wrap it up on this, guys.
So
what would one piece of action that you tell? So if anyone's they're watching right now, they're sitting there, they're watching this, they're not taking action. What would one piece of action that you would tell people to do at this point, based on where they're at? Let's say that they've got a big heart and passion and they want to change lives, but their business isn't working. What's one massive action step that they could take to kickstart them forwards?
I guess because I've seen and I know the power of the morning ritual, my piece of advice would be, find a way of being able to get to be the very best version of yourself, to live from that place and take action from that place every day.
Awesome.
So by doing that, it means that you really are getting all those overwhelm, confusion, procrastination, avoidance, all those things out of the way.
Totally.
So how can you be the very best, in the very best emotional state every morning, and act and think and do everything from the very best version of yourself every single day.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. So just quickly to wrap us up, what's next for you? What's next for the business? Where are we heading now in the next 12 months? We would have been on a ton more retreats by then. Where do you think the business will be in 12 months' time?
It's an interesting question because, the uncomfortability piece, the work you and I did about changing the pricing on my plan, and because I'd actually mapped out, I was at this level in putting together my plan. So for me, I was looking at maybe changing, pricing and stepping into another program, so adding something else to my offerings. So now that we've changed the game, I'm having to kind of revisit. It's like, oh, whoa, so this is, uncomfortable from all sorts of levels.
Sure.
So, but for me, it's about just massively growing my business so I can help more people. But in that process, lifting the bar for me as well, because you know, as I move through this process, it's not only about what I've already learned as a coach and how I coach people, but as I move up each level, I can then take that back and teach that. You know, what I'm here to learn, I'm also here to teach.
Awesome.
It's what I do. So it's just for me about expanding everything.
Wicked.
So to a degree, you know, what I thought I was looking at for the end of the year, it's now changed. So we're at another level, but it's just about massively growing. That's what I want to do, because I want to help more people, and you know, I want to live from that place of excitement and passion and being the best every day and challenging myself and growing and learning.
Awesome.
Because that's, you know, that's what I want to do. So it's
Great
about
stuff.
you know, leading by example and having people follow me, you know, in that journey, as in how can I best help them based on how I've grown and learned through my journey and just moving forward and helping people.
Hell yeah, great stuff. I know what I've got in my head for your plan over the next 12 months. I know we're
Cool.
always leveling up the game.
Yeah.
But it was interesting you said that, because the price point was 2K, now it's 4K.
Yep.
And we wanted to make that switch later in the year, and boom, happens straight away, which forces you to level up straight away.
Absolutely.
I love doing that, from a bit of a cheeky angle, but also from growth.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then you had that session with Zach, and now you're just in charge.
Ready
of it
to go.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So what the next 12 months does involve, you will launch another product that will be premium, be very high end. You'll be hiring, you'll expand your team, and obviously as a result of that, the amount of people you're helping will skyrocket. So it's going to be lots of fun. So thank you so much for your time today, Kaz, and it's been an amazing week. Always love spending time together, and you have just proved yourself massively, so impressed. Thank you again, and awesome work. Super excited for the future.
Thanks, Ron. Big thank you to you, mate.
Amazing, guys. How cool is that? Karen is, the thing I love about Karen is that she comes from cause so much, which allows her to reflect from an honest point of view and give you guys an accurate depiction of what it took for her to go through that journey and get to that amazing end result, which is where she is right now. And I want you guys to know that you can emulate those results. You can get the same results yourself if you are willing to do the work. But if you want to shortcut that, if you want to know what you need to do in your business, just like what we help Karen with, more than happy to give that to you guys, but you need to be willing to implement. I'll look at what you're doing. I'll give you a really quick amount of strategy on a call and make sure that you get, as I said, you know, the roadblocks sorted that are holding you back right now. Knowing exactly what you should launch marketing-wise for your business in your industry, and understand structurally how you can set things up to maximize your output so you get a good premium high-end product. You know exactly who you should be targeting, and you get that clarity. So guys, if you're keen for that, pretty much getting to 7 figures quicker, go below, claim the strategy session, and I can't wait to speak to you guys really soon. Peace out.